It is no longer social media. The algorithm has changed. You have to have a component digitally, online, to utilize leverage. That's how you get in front of tens of thousands of people instead of one at a time.
You now have permission to answer the same problem and speak to the same issue over and over and over and over again.
Chase money and get as much of it as you can, only to find out that it's a freaking mirage.
Dun, dun, dun. What a cliffhanger. Sean, we're back. I want to welcome everybody back to Sales Life. And Sean, I'm speaking to you from the LinkedIn grave. Okay, you and I, we met on LinkedIn. That's why we started this podcast. Yeah. And yet my LinkedIn account is completely dead. So if you're out there feeling like me, you're not the only one. Okay, Sean Ward continues to truck along at creating viral and crazy impressions. I'm getting now like 3 to 4. I'm having to create avatar accounts just to get likes. What is happening?
Oh,
Sean,
buddy.
do I suck at this now?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's harder for everybody right now. It is. I think, so for me, yeah, it's harder. I think the posts I've written that have done well years ago, they're still doing fine. I just started recycling. I've never done that before. It's a little cringe to say.
But no one knows.
Well, because, I would start out, I pull out my phone, and I do everything on my notes app. Everything. In fact, I'm determined to write a book one day just on my notes app on my phone. And I pull out the notes app, and I start writing a post, and I'm like, I swear I've written this post before. And it was better than what I'm doing right now. So then I go look for it, and I'm like, yep, I did. So the idea is authentic. The idea is what I'm feeling. For me, the key is, I think this is the number one key with LinkedIn for me. I have to post the thing I'm feeling and in the moment I'm feeling it. Like it's gotta, like,
right, that's it.
The message has to be the thing I'm feeling right now, the thing that's swirling around my head, the thing that I want to get out, or maybe the universe wants to get out there, the message they want to get out. And it has to happen at the right time. So like the times I post things that I wrote the day before, or I'm like, I'm not really feeling this, but it's a good post, I'll throw it up and nobody engages with it. So
that's right.
It doesn't matter if it's a new post or a recycled post. If you're feeling it in your bones at that moment and I go and launch it, it seems to do well. So go figure that out.
Yeah, and I'm excited to discuss this with you. One, because I could see you recycling posts about, just like, what good luck getting rich, it's empty. That's a classic Sean Wardism. Like, if you're climbing this ladder, you're going to find that's at the wrong ladder, which is very difficult to tell a 25-year-old. But no, something is happening, something is changing. I want to use this episode to do two things. Number one, I want to get to the bottom of it. Okay, so I want to discuss, because my premise is that everyone watching this is excited about creating a personal branding social media strategy. So if you're listening to this episode, we're diving into how has the algorithm changed based on Sean and I's research. Therefore, you can improve your personal branding. You have to ride the wave with this stuff, right? Sean, most people are not like you. If they just posted whenever they felt like it, they're simply not going to create a presence.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
They're sitting down with a spreadsheet thinking, I want this to serve my business, and maybe these guys could help, right? I'm listening to a few podcasts on that now, so there's going to be some good knowledge there. That's number one. Number two, we're going to couple this episode right around the same week, I think, with a swipe file that you and I are giving away. We're going to call this the Sales Life Bangers that we've posted. So it's Sean and I's top 20, 25 posts.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to download it, look at it, and see what has resonated with at least our audience over time. Fair enough? That's pretty good.
I think it's great. Actually, let's go a step further on that. And this would be a great use case for AI, but let's run those posts through AI and have the AI tell us what it is about those posts, or if there's common themes, or right? Like there's got to be some elements of why certain posts do well and others don't. And I would say this is not a LinkedIn thing. This is for anybody building a brand on a digital platform, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. And I think if you're watching this video or if you followed us at all, like you will know that we feel strongly like you have to build a personal brand and you got to use digital medium to do that. So you're convinced of that. But then the question is, well, how do you do that well? Right. So I think it's great. We're going to talk about it.
How do you do it well? And then how do you ride the wave? Because it's one thing to just, I like the idea of being authentic to yourself, posting things from your heart into the world. However, you have to let the mediums guide what you do. Right. So like,
100%.
For example, YouTube, the reason I started on video was because I wanted to grow on YouTube, which has been a slow and steady climb, still very much figuring that out. But here's what's changed in LinkedIn, Sean, in my research, okay? We're moving from relationship graph to interest graph. Okay, so it used to be that most of the people that you had a relationship with would see the stuff you're putting out there. That is no longer the case.
Yeah.
Now people are seeing topics that they are interested in, and as others see, the algorithm pushes it forward, right? So is that lining up with what you're experiencing?
Well, totally. Yeah. Every person I know that is on social media, it's called social media because it used to be like you connect with people and they're in your social network. And then you want to post something, your social network would see what you post. Starting around when TikTok came on the scene, and Gary Vee is the one who's identified this, put it into my mind, is that he calls it the TikTokification of social media. It is no longer social media. The algorithm has changed to where it will catch people with what they're interested in. It will study how long you're looking at a post based on what you're interested in. So it's not like, hey, the 100 people in my orbit, I'm always interested in what they have to say. Me personally, I'm interested in lacrosse and photography and,
Tanning.
watches. Workouts. Yeah, like, I don't know, whatever catches my interest that day when I'm swiping, like how to do YouTube well, like those videos will find their way to me, not because somebody in my network did them, but because that's what the algorithm is serving up. So Gary Vee would say social media is not the right name anymore. Social media is not a thing anymore. It's now interest media. It's media based solely on the interest of the audience. And so you could have 100 people look at whatever you're putting out there and you don't know any of them. And so that is way more of an opportunity than a challenge if you think about it. I mean, you now get to produce content that resonates with like-minded people that you don't know. Like, talk about bringing new people into your orbit. I mean, that is a golden way to do that. And as a salesperson, you have to build a personal brand. You have to do it digitally. It's not the thing you're going to rest on. It's not a thing that's good enough to carry your sales career for most people. It's always about pressing the flesh, face-to-face relationships. But you have to have a component digitally, online, to utilize leverage. That's how you get in front of tens of thousands of people instead of one at a time. I'm convinced of that. You are too.
I am, yes. And so what do you do now? Right? Like what has changed and how do you recraft a strategy? You and I are talking a lot about this because we basically relaunched this podcast this year. And so what do you now have the authority to do, and or like what could we give ourselves permission and people listening to this permission to change their outlook on this? And here's one crazy thing. So I'm curious of you've studied Gary Vee and looked at this, but based on my research, you now have permission to answer the same problem and speak to the same issue over and over and over and over again. Because in the interest media landscape, it's not your followers saying, oh, he already talked about this. Like Sean already told me I was climbing the wrong ladder. It's now you just continue to repeat yourself in front of different groups as your audience grows. So the question for your social media strategy is a very interesting one. What are you saying that's worth repeating?
Yeah.
And maybe that's what's wrong with my LinkedIn, which is down, roughly 50%. Video, which has been a passion, is down like 72%. So that's what I've been asking myself, and what you and I can ask ourselves. What are we saying that's actually worth repeating? And then give yourself permission. So if you look at the gurus out there now and you see their YouTube videos, it's the same thing. It's the same message in 20 different videos. And my particular brand of message, especially on LinkedIn, which has done very well over time, probably has been commercial real estate related. Well, guess what? No one's excited about commercial real estate right now, for the most part. Like, real estate was a gold rush in 2020-21, my friend. Like mania. Right? Yeah. And I'm working on some of those properties right now that people bought in. When I say mania in gold rush, I mean like, people were selling gold filtered glasses that you could apparently see, for whatever, hundreds of dollars during the gold rush. And it was totally false and fake. And there's all these promises that have been out there. And I think people are just sick of it. Yeah. So I think I need a new message.
Well, it's funny because we didn't even think of talking about this as a topic until this morning, maybe very late yesterday. But a day before that, I was sketching out some ideas on this topic. And it was basically like, here, LinkedIn isn't hard. Here's how you do it. Like, first, take everything that you're genuinely interested in and have energy about and just bullet point what those topics are. Second, take anything that you are somewhat of an authority in, at a minimum could teach other people, and write those topics down. And just with those two buckets, those are the things you talk about. So I do think this change, going from social media to interest media, is good, because now it enables me, I don't have to, I probably have, and you have too, worried too much in the past of like, I'm saying the same thing. Everybody's heard that before. Well, actually, no. The people watching your video right now haven't heard this because they don't know who you are. Now I get to talk about, and it's funny because I've had for years a list help me when I get stuck on writing. A list of topics, right? Family.
Give them to me.
Yeah, for me, it's like for LinkedIn, family, dad life, just random daily work things, cold calling, sales, business failures, Toastmasters, why and how to write, photography, adventure trips and travel. Like, those are just like things for me that I'm interested in, I have energy in, or I have some authority that I could talk about those things. So in that way, it's very authentic and it rolls very naturally. The beauty is, like, I don't have to prepare anything. Like, I could turn a camera on and start talking about SoCal industrial market. Or I could start talking about, like, here's why you need to write and you need to do it in a public forum and how it benefits your sales career.
Yes.
Or why you should go and spend every Tuesday morning with a bunch of 75-year-olds doing Toastmasters for a year so you can learn how to speak and articulate. Like, I could do that without any preparation. And it's great because I believe in all those things. And they're a message I think is worth getting out. Or how... which will be our next episode, how you should go chase money and get as much of it as you can, only to find out that it's a freaking mirage. The riches are a mirage. Let's talk about it. So I think that's the idea of, okay, well, I want to build a personal brand. I'm going to do it online. What do I even talk about? Well, what are you interested in? And what could you teach somebody?
That's really good. How to buy real estate, how to sell real estate. Got to go deeper. Come on, Sean, help me out here. You know me. You know me really. I mean, I just wrote down freedom in sales and many goldendoodles. That was.
I think
By the way,
for you,
can I just say, sorry, side note here, as the host, I can do this. All right, I could take us into a little tangent here. I have decided that I will live 0 minutes of my life without a Tesla or a mini goldendoodle for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. I did full self-driving supervised with you for the first time in California.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, I'm very intrigued. Like, this is cool. And you were just hamming it up, right? You're like, look at this, this tangerine sky over here, a couple of surfers, just taking me around California, not paying a lick of attention. I'm like, all right, this is cool. Then I did it. My sister bought one, and I took it for a drive. I ordered one on the drive.
It's great.
It's that good.
Yeah.
That is the future, my friend. And I despise driving, and it's just been absolutely epic. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. And then, Chappie, mini goldendoodle makes me super happy. But
Chappie makes you happy, buddy.
You know me really well. Let's experiment with this right now. Interest topics. You sound like you know this topic well. You're like LinkedIn's Gary Vee now. Give me 5 topics. I will post on them, and we will measure them.
Well, again, it's the question to you. Other than mini goldendoodles and Teslas, like what interests you? Are you excited about? You have to be excited about it. Like what is exciting, and what do you know? Like for me, I see you. I think the most like I'm waiting until the day you become the Anthony Bourdain of like middle-aged sales guys. Like just like you do. Like you do a certain type of media so well, like the vlogging style, like creating content where like you're really good in front of a camera. You're really good at like capturing real life moments. I don't know if maybe you worry too much of how that fits in with your business. I don't know if you need to worry about that right now.
Oh, that's a great, so freedom in sales is like number 1 on my list, right? Because I really do. Like part of the reason I'm doing this show with you is I do think people listening, based on the topics that we discuss and the transformations that we've experienced, can experience more freedom in their everyday sales jobs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I say that with literally the irony of this, Sean, is that I actually did this job based on the freedom that it would provide.
Yeah.
And I've also work all the time trying to accomplish goals that do not, it's like, I say no to freedom to like dive into it. So there's such great irony in the sales life. That's maybe, that's definitely a post of itself. But that would be at the top of the list and people may not care. So anyway, there's all these ironies. And so the question is, what direction do you take it? And for our audience listening right now who are crafting personal brands, or anyone who sees this, it won't be necessarily our audience. It'll be random people. Like, what can we offer them, Sean, and ourselves to put the ball in the tee, as it were, for branding in 2026? What would you say?
Yeah,
I have one thought, but I want you to start.
Yeah. Well, I think a couple things. One is, where do we, for this project, like what do we do? I think it'd be actually fun if we sketch that out. Like, well, what are we about? What do we enjoy? And then where do we really, really add value? And it doesn't have to be saying a new thing every time we get up here, because I think you and I have worried about that a little bit too much. But it's like, and this is another way that social media has changed the interest media. People want to go on a journey. Like there has to be a transformative process. Like you have to take your audience from A to Z. Like there has to be a change that occurs. And again, you can create media to, to humor people. Like you could do things that are funny. You're probably better at that than I would be. Or you could teach people. Like you're either going to entertain, or you're going to teach. And I think in the realm of that, everybody who would be watching this, like we're talking about teaching. So how do you take your audience on a journey to teach them something? It could be very broad, sales and life. It's about as broad as you could get for our project. Or it could be very, very niche. Like you could go very narrow. And you don't have to have a big audience if you're going to go niche. And that could do very well for your business.
I love the idea of a transformative journey. I think it's so easy to fall into, here's my top 3 things about this. And it's a cute little crafted well. And those things used to do so well on LinkedIn, and it just doesn't happen anymore. I think you have to focus on the journey. And I think when you're telling people about a journey, it's the elements of a story. I mean, it is the characters, the conflict, the guy that led you to a resolution, the ending. The ending is either happy or sad. And I think it's really good. I think if you look at it from the standpoint of this podcast, it truly might be the most authentic social media we've done.
Yeah.
It's mostly all been about my love of doodles and your journey through a midlife crisis.
Yeah. Yes, but honestly, I really believe this. I think I know what our transformative journey is going to be. I think I know, and it's embedded in our name, and I did a post exactly about this, and I think this is the place we invite people on a journey with us. And I'm not even going to say what it is, because I think the entire episode we're going to do next is about this.
Dun, dun, dun. What a cliffhanger. What an ending. We'll catch you in the next episode of Sales Life. Thank you, Sean.
See you, buddy.
To Sales Life, we're glad you're on this journey with us. And if you are, let's make it official. You can subscribe to this show on YouTube at Sales Life Podcast, or simply search Sales Life Podcast in Apple or Spotify for the audio version. In addition, did you know, we're super stoked about this, we have a weekly email newsletter. It's called The Letter of Intent. It comes out every Saturday. It's fresh content, doesn't always relate to the episode, but you get that from Sean and I in your inbox every Saturday morning. The link to our newsletter is in the show notes, so go ahead and check that out below. Appreciate you all listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.